I'm me,
And I'm my.
and thanks for watching Me and My Chats. In this episode of Me and My Chats, we're going to discuss making friends as an adult. My, how do you making a friend since you've been an adult?
That's a tough one, me. I have to be honest with you. I don't know how to make friends as an adult. I mean, I've never been like this super popular person ever in my life, really. But it seems like since I've gotten out of school, the circle has gotten smaller and smaller. And now my friendship count is down to probably one to none.
Wah,
So
wah, wah.
honestly, I probably need some help in this area. So I'm so glad that we're discussing this. I hope I'm not the only person who feels this way. I really need tips on how to make friends, how to be a better friend. So maybe you could tell me, how many close friends do you have?
Well, I think I may have three, but none of those friends were made since I've been an adult. Nope, I made two of those close friends as being an adult. Um, I worked in the same location as these two women, and we just kind of hit it off. And for whatever reason, they liked me. A lot of people don't like me.
A lot of people don't like
A
you?
lot, girl.
Oh
The
no.
whole school. The whole school hated me. A lot of people don't like me, and when I really find people that do like me, we just seem to never separate. Um, I worked with both of them in two separate locations, and I've been friends with both ladies over 10 years now.
Wow, that's impressive. I mean, like I said, my circle has gotten smaller and smaller, and it's not something I'm bragging about. But honestly, I don't think that I have made any friends since I've been an adult. I've made acquaintanceships with coworkers, but those kind of fall off when you change jobs. So, how do you make friends as an adult? Me, like what's the process? Where do I need to go? Is it something I'm doing wrong? I mean, I'm kind of a shy person, so give me some pointers.
Well, let me tell you, I'm shy as well at work. I don't really talk that much.
Now, is work the only place that you think you can make friends as an adult?
For me, I don't really go out to lounges and bars alone to make friends.
Right.
I've never really made friends in school. When I go to school, I'm more so focused on my studies, so not really made any friends there. Definitely not at church. So the only place that I've ever made friends in adult is work.
Now, do you think that in order to make a friendship with someone, you have to have a lot of things in common?
For my friends, we do have things in common. Um, yeah, I feel like it has to be an equal balance of, for example, I like to laugh, and my friends like to laugh, and
Me too. Me too.
we make each other laugh. And that kind of breaks the ice of, oh, he's or she's funny, and let's see what we can go from here. I keep them entertained.
Me too. I mean, for me, I definitely prefer to be around funny people just because it lightens awkward situations. I mean, I think I consider myself kind of like an awkward person just because I don't know why. I don't know why I'm considered awkward, but it's just kind of like some things I do that people don't really understand. I like to laugh, and so I like to be around people who are also funny and who can make me laugh and not take themselves that seriously. Because who wants to be around somebody who is, mad all the time, or, or somebody who can't take a joke? Where's the fun in that?
And
And
I do joke a lot. And baby, I comes with the tea.
no, I'm not into
I
that.
comes with the tea.
I'm not really for all the gossip. I'm not concerned about what other people are doing. But I mean, if you have that in common with your friends, I can see how you guys will find a lot to talk about. You can make friends at work. How do you sustain the relationship? like outside the job, and if you leave the position, how do you sustain these friendships?
Well, my best friendship I have, me and my friend, I quit the job. We stopped working with each other maybe about 8 years now. And we literally text each other from the time we wake up to the time that we go to sleep. But throughout that day, every day, we're texting each other every single day. And that has been my best friendship that I think I've had in my life. My second best friendship, we text sometimes, um, but not a lot. We talk sometimes. It's mainly through Facebook. We may comment here or there, here and there. But I just really feel like to really sustain that strong friendship, it needs to be some kind of communication every week.
Every week? Oh wow. Now see, for me, I don't know. I'm not the type of person who talks a whole lot. Like I will text here and there, and then I'm really bad sometimes about texting back. Like I'll formulate a text message, and I'll be like, oh yeah, let me send this, and then I get distracted by something, and I forget to send it, and so it's like I'm ignoring this person, but really I thought I sent it, and I just didn't. So that's my bad, but that's definitely something that I think that I should work on or I need to work on. Like you said, I'm not really the type of person who goes out a lot. I'm definitely a homebody. So I think for me, having a friend who understands that and who respects it, they don't have to be that kind of person. Like the friend could be somebody who likes to go and do stuff all the time. But I mean, as long as when we're together and stuff, they can understand and respect that that's the kind of person I am and not try to change me, then I think that it could work. But then again, I think it also goes back to interest. Like, do we have anything in common? I'm an introvert, you're an extrovert. What do we like that's the same? So, I mean, do you think opposites attract with friendships?
Opposites definitely attract with friendships. You need that person that's outgoing, and you also need that person that's quiet. No matter how many outgoings you have in a group, you definitely gotta have that one quiet person, that one sane person to be like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Like,
Right.
does that really make sense to do that? Have you thought this over before we go slash his ties? Like, you need that person to kind of bring the whole situation down when it elevates over 10.
Right. You need the level headed person because I feel like in a friend group, it's always somebody that's going to be overboard and going to the extreme, borderline toxic, and then it's going to be somebody who's like the mama of the group that's going to be the level headed one to bring you back down to earth. But I mean, like I said, there are different personalities, and I feel like it's okay to try to make friendships with people who are different from you, but only to a certain extent. So that actually brings me to the next subject of, do you think that it's ever okay to let a friendship go?
It's always okay to let a friendship go. I had this young lady that I met at another place I had worked. We started off having some things in common, such as she had natural hair. My hair was natural for over 10 years by that time. She had natural hair. She was just starting to get into the game. And she had questions about what I did. And that was kind of like our common interest. Then we both discovered we like to go hiking. We like to eat. So that was more common interest. So we set up different dates, and we set up different dates to when we were meeting up to go hiking. I then started to realize that this person never came through for me when I called her outside of going hiking, but
Hmm.
whenever she called me, I was right there. Whenever I'm anywhere, even I could be with my family out and she's calling, I say, hey, I'm with my family, it's still, I need you right now. But it could be the smallest things like, hey, can you come braid my hair down today? And a whole week later, I still want to hear back. And so
Mm-hmm.
I started to realize that this person is not the type of person I want in my life. And I had to go ahead and just let her go because she was bringing more upsets than smiles. She had to roll.
Yeah, it sounds like their relationship was very one sided.
It was very one sided because I'm a good friend, child.
And I think sometimes you have to let a friendship go when it starts to become toxic. Like when it starts to affect your mental health. I know sometimes friendships start off great and then they can spiral and sometimes push you to behave in ways that you don't want to behave in. And sometimes when that happens, you have to realize, this is not what's best for me. It's also important to have an open line of communication.
Yeah, but have you ever been betrayed by a friend?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I have before. I actually had a friend. We met because we attended the same school. And we quickly kind of clung to each other because we were both few students of that race in that particular school. And so I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that, but when you find somebody who reminds you of yourself, sometimes in certain ways, regardless to other characteristics, you kind of gravitate towards that person. But we started hanging out, and initially it was fun and games. She was someone from another state, and she talked about all these cool things that she did. She talked about some activities she enjoyed, such as singing and other things that I also had interest in. I was a musician growing up, so all of those things resonated with me initially. But eventually, I found out the hard way that this person was taking information that I shared with her in confidence, and she was telling other people lies based on what I was telling her. And for me, when a person betrays your trust by telling confidential information and then creating false rumors with it, that's the ultimate red flag.
You should have called me because I would have dragged
That
her.
that's the ultimate red
I would have
flag.
dragged her.
Like for one, you telling some information that is sensitive for me. You should have kept that between us if we're friends. And two, now you're making up rumors and it's fake. I'm just like, where is this coming from? And I had to immediately just let that friendship go. I can't even say now looking back that it was a friendship. What about you? Have you ever been betrayed by a friend?
I have been betrayed by a friend that I basically met in kindergarten, grew up with.
Wow.
Um, Long story short, she decided to talk to a person, a male that I once talked to, and
Uh oh.
thought that was okay, and it wasn't okay. And I just feel like dating, talking to a person that your friend used to talk to is never okay. Period. And I'll leave it at that.
That's true. And I think it also hits on another subject of sometimes, especially when you have been around someone for a long time, people sometimes grow apart.
So, how do you rekindle a friendship?
That's a very good question. But I think both people have to be open to it, willing to work on it, and willing to be completely honest with one another and have an open line of communication because I feel like sometimes, especially with women, I think with women, sometimes we feel like we have to put on this image or like this facade of having it all together. Like I'm this perfect person. I have it all together. I'm doing the thing. Me, my family, I got it all together. And it's difficult to admit when we're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes to rekindle these friendships, we have to admit I messed up.
Yep. You do have to admit that you messed up, and I apologize. And can we still be friends?
Yeah. And I feel like if it's worth fighting for, like I said, both parties have to be willing to connect and, like Ayana says, put in the work to make it happen. We just want to know, what do you guys think? Have you ever had to rekindle a friendship? Have you thought about how to make friends as an adult? Have you ever been betrayed? Let us know. Leave your comments below and let us know what you want to hear from us next.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.